Hi everyone, it's Don and I hope you're having a fantastic day. Well, I figured it's going into the last weekend of February and we've heard a lot from people in charge of the three major cruise lines: Norwegian Cruise Line, Royal Caribbean Cruise Line, and Carnival Corporation. And let's go over what they said and see if we can make any clear indication on what's going on. One of the first people to speak was Arnold Donald, the CEO of Carnival Corporation, and he was in a conference, an earnings call, and he was talking about, he's answering questions and being interviewed, and of course the question comes up on, why hasn't there been any test cruises recently? Why have there been no test cruises? And he says, basically said that, we're waiting on the CDC for further technical instructions. And people said, so what you're telling us is you're waiting for the CDC. And he says, yes, that's what we're doing. So last month, January, we do know that cruise lines are still waiting for further instructions from the CDC. Now, after that interview, the CDC was immediately asked, has any cruise line applied for the test sailings or anything like that? And they said, nope, no cruise line has applied for the test cruising. But then we found out, well, the reason they haven't applied is because they're still waiting on more things that they have to do to be able to, add that, sign up for a test cruise, get permission to do the test cruise. So it was kind of sneaky on the person who answered that, who said, no, they haven't even asked us if they can take a test cruise yet. Yeah, it's because you haven't given them all the information that they need to do to fill out to actually apply for that test cruise. And they admitted so about a week later after that. So that's where we stood last month. Cue this month where we have Royal Caribbean comes out and they have their conference call. And they're talking about, they've lost almost $6 billion, but bookings look to be very, very solid going forward in 2022. Their financial background looks really, really good. It looks really, 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 really promising. And then we have Mr. Bailey. And he was asked a few questions, and Mr. Bailey is, he's talking to everybody, and he goes, basically, they asked him, so what's going on with the test cruises? What's going on with the CDC? And he said, I'm going to read it so I can quote it. It's an intergovernmental process between several agencies within the government that are reviewing the technical specifications. But they've assured us that as soon as all these things come together, they want to get us back into operation. So we're literally just waiting. They're literally just waiting. And then he quoted off with, we're waiting, and hopefully, we will get them soon, and we can start sailing. That would be good, right? And then he was pressured one more time. And he says, look, we're in regular communication with the CDC. We're working with them and our Healthy Sail panel. And we're literally expecting the technical specifications any day soon, he told investors. So now, let's take a quick thought here of who he's talking to. He's talking to investors. People who are either going to continue to invest in Royal Caribbean or pull their money out of Royal Caribbean or invest more money into Royal Caribbean. It's not a good sign to come out and say anything negative about the cruise line. Oh, our bookings are way down in 2022. We have no idea when the CDC is going to let us sail. We may not even sail this year. He's not going to say that. He's going to have a little bit of a positive spin, and he's saying quite literally, we're waiting for the CDC, but we expected any day now, And we've made good progress with the CDC. It's moving in the right direction. Said that numerous times, moving in the right direction. But again, this is an investor's call and a conference call. So I have to take that with a little bit of grain of salt. Then we have Frank Del Rio, who just yesterday came out and he talked about, he's with Norwegian Cruise Line, by the way, and he said, you know what, it's going to take Norwegian Cruise Line 90 days. 90 days to be able to get a ship ready for sailing, etc. And he says, we have a plan in place that we could get one ship running every week up until the end of the year, where we would have our entire fleet sailing by 2022. So the beginning of 2022. However, in order for that to happen, we have to be sailing by June or July at the very, very latest. And so he started being asked again, and he's trying to be diplomatic, but he's not as diplomatic as some of the other CEOs. And so, the conditional sale order has also been more difficult on the industry expected, according to Del Rio. He added that he does not expect a go-ahead from the CDC in the next few days. Although events are moving in the right direction, right? Everything's moving in the right direction. He said it could be a few days. It could be a few days, but also it could be a few more weeks. The prevalence of the disease will be the best indicator. And that's what we've been kind of saying all along. Right now, they have no interest in restarting cruises until the vaccine rollout or the numbers come way, way down. Well, the numbers have come way, way down, but they're still worried about the variants. They're still worried about other things. And it's almost as if they feel that if they tell the cruise lines that you can start to sail or you can do your test cruises, that it's going to be like a flick of the switch and they're ready to go. And even Norwegian Cruise Line comes out and said, no, it's going to take 90 full days. Well, that means right now, if they're told by the end of this month, they would be ready by June 1st. And so that's where, it's just, you have to read a little bit in between the lines. Like, he literally says he does not expect anything from the CDC in the next few days. Just 2 weeks ago, Royal Caribbean said it could be any day now. Any day we expect it. Well, it's been 2 weeks since he said that, and we still have heard nothing. And now Norwegian, in their most recent call, said, I don't expect it. It could happen, but I don't expect it. And then in a message to travel agents and to crew members, we had Christine Duffy, president of Carnival Corporation, and she came on and she was talking to people. And the only real thing that she said that she could say with certainty is that she will continue to keep everybody informed. Hers was more about, you know what, we're in a good financial position, we have some money, things are looking better than they were earlier in the year in January. We're raising more money, we will be around for a long time, we're a sound financial company, and we want to make sure everybody out there and our crew members and everything are safe. And we will keep you informed on everything happening, but right now, we have no idea what's going on. And that's me paraphrasing her last sentence there. When she says, the only thing I can say for certain is that we don't know, and we will try and keep you informed. And they've been doing a good job of that. Let's admit it, the Carnival Corporation has done a good job trying to keep in touch with all of their crew members and, keep them informed whatever they know. Trouble is, they don't know a whole lot. They don't know what's going on. They're not in the inner workings. They may be working with the CDC and the governments and the port authorities, but they're still on the outside looking in. They're the ones who want to restart, and the other ones are the ones who have to give them permission to start, and they're looking at numerous other factors other than the company itself. They're looking at transmission rates, variants, vaccine rates, cases per day, fatalities. They're looking at all that other stuff before they're going to look at the financial well-being of the cruise lines, or the jobs of the cruise lines, or the crew members of the cruise lines. So yeah, like 4 different people, almost 4 different stories, except there's one thing that you can definitely read into every single one of these statements that they did, and that is they are still waiting on the CDC. And they really are trying to dance around a little bit and not come out and say too many harsh things. So maybe that's a good sign that they're very, very close to getting those technical specifications. Let's hope on March 31st, I'm not coming on and doing another video saying we're really hoping to get those technical specifications any day now. Well, I hope you appreciate this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Want to see more tips, more tricks, more travel vlogs from around the world? Hit that subscribe button. Till next time, have yourself a safe and a great vacation.